50 Cent just used Diddy's own secret footage against him, and Diddy's team is freaking out. Netflix's new documentary didn't just tell a story. It cracked open an image Diddy spent decades building, using clips his own camp says they never approved, never cleared, and never even fully saw. The second this dropped, the internet locked in, not just on Diddy, but on how 50 Cent managed to pull this off. The doc opens with footage filmed just days before Diddy's 2014 arrest. He's in a room with his team, tense, frustrated, talking strategy. At one point, he says they need someone who deals in the dirtiest of dirty business, because he feels like they're losing control of the situation. That moment alone had people replaying the clip over and over. According to his spokesperson, this video was never meant for public eyes. It came from a huge personal archive Diddy's been filming since he was 19, documenting his life for a future project that never got finished and apparently never got fully paid for. His camp is calling the footage stolen and unauthorized. Netflix is saying the exact opposite, that they obtained everything legally and have every right to use it. From there, the documentary goes into years of rumors, lawsuits, and speculation that have hung over his career. Former insiders describe a world built on control and fear. They talk about people being watched, threatened, or pushed out if they stepped out of line. The doc also brings back long-standing theories and speculation tied to the deaths of Tupac and Biggie. Nothing proven, but it shows how those questions never really went away. For a lot of viewers, this was the first time they realized just how deep the pattern of accusations and whispers went. Once Diddy's team understood what was actually in the final cut, they went into full damage control. Cease and desist letters started flying toward Netflix and the press. His spokesperson slammed the whole thing as a shameful hit piece, insisting the personal archive was private, unlicensed, and never cleared for public use. They pointed to a payment dispute between outside parties and argued that a money issue doesn't magically give Netflix permission to take and repurpose this material. Netflix fired back and stood firm, saying the footage was acquired legally, that Curtis Jackson, 50 Cent, is an executive producer but doesn't control the edit, and that they even moved heaven and earth to protect the filmmaker who handed the tapes over. While the legal team was scrambling behind the scenes, 50 Cent was doing the exact opposite, laughing in public. He's been trolling Diddy online for years, but this situation might be his most savage run yet. He posted a reel joking about how Diddy's lawyers must be reacting, turning the whole thing into straight-up comedy. Then there was the moment he showed a bouquet of flowers. He says someone sent him at a club. He posted the picture and wrote, "What kind of gayish is this? Diddy sent me flowers. Why all the foreplay?" People in the comments were telling him not to touch them, saying it could be a message or a scare tactic. And then he joked that he agreed to do an interview with ABC News partly because it's one of the few channels they can watch in prison. The internet lost it. Comments rolled in, "No one does revenge like 50, and I've never seen him this happy in my life." But according to 50 Cent, this isn't just trolling. In an interview with GQ, he said the main reason he wanted to produce this documentary is because the culture needed someone to speak up. He basically said that when everyone stays quiet, it makes it look like the entire hip-hop world is okay with whatever is going on. He pointed out that many rappers choose to mind their business because of Diddy's status and influence. For him, that silence left a gap, and he decided he was going to fill it. He's also mentioned for years that Diddy once tried to take him shopping and hang out, and that he got a vibe he didn't like from that interaction. Fans now look back at that story like the moment the switch flipped and the petty never turned off. Once the documentary hit #1 and the internet reaction went crazy, Diddy's family stepped in. His mother came out calling the documentary full of lies. His son reposted a statement claiming Biggie's estate was standing with Diddy and calling out parts of the movie as false. That pushed one of Biggie's co-managers to respond publicly. He said Diddy and Bad Boy Records did pay for Biggie's funeral, and that after looking through royalty statements, there was no record of funeral costs being secretly charged back to the estate. That's a direct challenge to a big claim in the documentary, which says the giant funeral was going to be turned into a recoupable cost taken out of Biggie's money, just hidden behind paperwork so the family never knew. So now there are two parallel stories. On one side, you have the documentary, showing old allegations, new footage, and voices from inside Diddy's circle saying he used fame, wealth, and power to control everything around him. On the other side, you have family members and former partners saying parts of the doc are exaggerated, twisted, or flat out wrong. Fans are split. Some say this is the first time Diddy is being held accountable on a mainstream level. Others say Netflix and 50 Cent went too far. Meanwhile, the numbers don't lie. The documentary shoots to #1 on Netflix. Clips from it get clipped, reposted, and dissected in every corner of social media. Memes about 50 Cent's reaction take on a life of their own. People are pausing the footage, zooming in, and trying to guess who leaked it, how they got away with it, and what might still be sitting on some hard drive waiting to drop next. What's clear is this: The Reckoning didn't just add another chapter to Diddy's story. It completely changed how a lot of people see him. It put 50 Cent in a new light too, not just as a troll, but as someone who's willing to risk a lot to drag buried things into the spotlight. Whether you think this is justice, petty revenge, or a mix of both, one thing's for sure: the fallout isn't over. So, now I want to know what you think. Did you watch the documentary? Do you think Netflix went too far? Or did it finally show what needed to be seen? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read everything. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.